What's up everybody? It's Sunday and I've woke up this morning to the sound of the alarm. Oh. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I mentioned to you before I went to Ferrari that we had some issues with the sump pumps in our basement. Just to give a little bit of an understanding of what that is. Our basement, we've got dugout areas that go around certain parts of the basement level, which means technically we're underground, and they've been created by using supporting walls that have created almost like a courtyard area that allows a lot more light to flow into that area. So it doesn't feel too much like a basement, it almost feels like just a first floor. But anyway, because of that, obviously we have issues with waterfall and having to pump the water out, and the system that the guys designed was to essentially have a tank underneath the ground with a couple of sump pumps in them, which are basically just pumps that push water through pipes back out and up over to let them drain away in the soak away system that will obviously be for the property itself. With that, you have two electrical components which we call sump pumps that eventually will fail because obviously they're consistently in use because it's constantly raining here in the UK. The motors get burnt out and then we have to replace them. Because we know that they're going to be burnt out, we have an alarm, and the alarm is there with a float switch on it. So when the water level rises and the sump pumps haven't kicked in, then the float switch on the alarm will then trigger, which will set the alarm off in the house, so we know that we've got high water level in our basement, which obviously if it's left for too long will mean that our house will flood. So when I was trying to go away to Wales the other day, it went off, and a little bit of a panic because obviously I knew I was going to be away for a couple of days, but luckily Carl Hills, our plumber, came out and put a new sump pump on and got things back up and running temporarily whilst we look at putting a more professional system in, because at the moment it is a little bit bodged, not going to lie. And because of the way that it's been installed at the moment, we're going to continue to have some small issues along the way. So this morning the alarm went off and I was like, oh no, not again. So I've gone downstairs into the basement, I've lifted the lid, and inside was the little froggy. And it was actually sitting on top of the float switch that's for the pump, which meant that the alarm was going off because the frog was pushing the float switch down on the pump itself, which was quite funny, but I need to try and get it out. I tried to grab it and I missed, and then it just swims right down to the bottom. So I've got two options. I can either get the wellies on, get a little bit wet and try and grab it with my hands, or I can go and buy a little net from like a fishing shop or something and try and catch it. I'm up for doing both. So that is today's mission. I need to go out, potentially get my hair cut, although my barber, Greg, hasn't got back to me yet. Whether he's going to be cutting today because it is a Sunday, so obviously he doesn't normally work. I'd also like to pop in and try and see my granddad and my nan, and also if I get a chance I'm going to pick up a new toy for Linky because his current one is had the end of its life basically, so I need to replace it. So mission Save Frog is in operation, so let's do this.
Is Daddy going to go and buy you a new toy, Winky? Oh, the excitement. The excitement. It's too much for you, isn't it?
He loves sleeping in my wardrobe. Also, I've got the new Yeezy 700s on. I'm giving them their first spin. They're pretty comfy. I went half a size up, so I'm an 8 and I went for an 8.5 UK. But yeah, I actually wanted the 350s, but they're a lot harder to get hold of, so I picked up these instead. See how they go. Hey little man. Let's go and find that net. So we've arrived to the fish centre, try and buy a net. A longer handle would be ideal, but...
I'll show you the pond one.
Yes, perfect.
Well, you can do that like little cheap pond net. So
Yeah, I just need like a little... See that one over there?
Yeah, we do cheap one.
Something with a longish handle so I can get in. What about these ones here? This looks perfect. That's all right.
£10, £10.99.
Amazing, thank you very much.
Right,
take one of those. that's a good start. We've managed to get ourselves a net, so we can now try it and catch the frog using that. A little bit easier than using the hands, let me tell you, because it's a very fast, slippery little bugger. On the way to save the froggy. I'm sorry, Linky, I haven't got your new toy yet. You waiting for me to come home with it, weren't you? Mate, I just couldn't leave the frog for any longer. All other jobs for today have been put on hold. Operation Save the Frog has prioritised. The plan is take a very calm approach and just slowly allow the frog to swim into the net. If I have to, I'll go upstairs, I'll put my wellies on and I'll get in there. Let's see how we go on first by just sticking the net down there and seeing how we go. Be pretty scared right now. Just like living in a black hole, right? You still there? Hello, mate. Oh. So this is where the rest of his family are living. You see his girlfriend? We'll bring him back to you, okay? You be patient. That's Junior in the back. That's his son. Just here. His missus is under there. Be 2 minutes, okay? I need to put more water in there for you as well. You're drying out. That was a lot easier than I thought. My man. Here he is. You wanna go and see your family? I know you're scared. It will bring much joy. See your little son up there? You made him. Yes, you did. And we're gonna get you a little water feature down here and you're gonna live happily ever after. My little man. Mission accomplished. That went a lot easier than I thought it was going to go. I had a feeling that it was going to be a lot trickier than that, but maybe it just because the water level was lower. After I'd got him off of the float switch, obviously all the water got pumped out. It's a lot easier because there's less places for him to swim. Either way, very happy about the result. Managed to get the frog free. There is a pond that's about 50 meters away from our basement area. So this is our basement area down here. And for the past sort of like year, I've constantly come down here, got the frogs, took them back up, put them over to the closest place I can get to the pond, and they just seem to just continue to come down here over and over and over again. Not sure why, but they do. I need to put some more water in there, actually, which I'll do in a second. I need to find out what kind of water. I'm going to Google what kind of water I need to actually be putting in there, because at the moment rainwater has been just topping it up, but it does look quite low, so I don't want to stick like tap water in it. It'd be really bad for them. But I'll Google that, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to have to interrupt you. I've just been doing some reading on the old Google, and I've come to understand that rainwater is best for frogs, which is kind of what I assumed anyway. The water needs to be dechlorinated. That's the most important aspect really of what water to use. So if you've had tap water or any water standing for over 48 hours, then it should be fine. You get different types of frogs. Some like living in water primarily, some like living out of water. It depends on what amphibians these are. I'm not actually sure, so again, if any of you know, let me know. But what I'm going to do quickly is fill that massive green tub up with water, use these logs to create a platform for the frogs to get in. The watering can that's just had rainfall that's just filled it up. Won't make a massive impact, but it's a start. So here we go. This is the start of their new little home. I'm by far, as you can tell, a professional or have any understanding of what I'm doing. So if any of you have any advice, whether that just be like, just get rid of the frogs, bro, you tell me and I'll listen. Currently, big man is just having a rest under here. So if any of you know what species this is, you can let me know. So some of them are light green and some of them are a darker green. I'm not sure if they're different. Lydia and I get busy on designing what we're going to have down here. I think we are going to have a little water feature of some kind. So that would give a slightly nicer environment for them to live in, but that all needs to be decided. You can see him now, he's just chilling under his little pots. That is a very successful day. I'm actually going to go back out again now and try and finish off my chores of the day. I'm not sure if I'm going to get Linky's toy because it's Sunday and the shop closes at 4. It's going to be a tight one, but we'll see. Probably not though. And then I'm going to go to my granddad's and not feel like I need to rush back home to save the frog because that mission has been complete. I kind of feel like this section is the peak of my vlog and it just happened so easily. I almost wanted a bit of a challenge. I'm going to end the vlog here because that is the most amount of excitement I think we're going to get on this very fine Sunday. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to give me any more advice on how to look after the frogs properly, you just slip into the comment section and tell me what I need to do and what you think I should do and the best advice. You get in those comment sections, guys. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with the rest of my Sunday, and I'll see you probably tomorrow. Peace.
It's definitely something in the air, so let's take it from there, 'cause I know you